The stunning BEAULIEU Abbey, originally founded in 1204, although most of the original building was destroyed during the reign of Henry VIII. It was here that monks would walk in silent contemplation. Some say you can still hear their ghostly chants. Along the side they would grow herbs for use in the kitchen and for medicinal purposes. This place now forms part of the BEAULIEU estate, the childhood home of Lord Montague and his sister Elizabeth Varley. Elizabeth has many fond memories of the ghosts that she saw and indeed heard. Well, we're now in the middle of the cloisters of the old ruined abbey, and with me is Lord Montague and his sister Elizabeth Varley. Elizabeth, can I start with you? Now, you grew up in this beautiful place. Did you ever have a notion that there were ghosts here?
I don't think I knew there were actual ghosts around, but I did feel a sort of, sometimes rather uncanny feeling. I did have a sort of slightly shiver sometimes.
Now, you also heard, didn't you, some singing one day. Tell us about that.
Oh, yes, I did. I was awake unusually. My dog had been playing up, I think, and I looked out the window and I heard music coming from over here, and I thought it was gypsies. But as I discovered next morning when I repeated this particular thing I'd heard, that it was plain song, Gregorian chants. It was quite obviously not gypsies, because they don't sing that sort of thing.
Right. Now, that day also you had someone interesting for lunch.
Yes, we had Marconi came over to lunch, and my father told him the story. And Marconi replied that he completely believed what I said. And my father said, what, Marconi believes in ghosts? He said, of course I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe that never any sound goes into the ether. It's always there forever. And he believed that what I'd heard was, so to speak, a repeat performance.
Right, so that was his explanation.
Yes.
In terms of other ghosts, now I know that you've done some filming, you had a career in acting, you've done some filming here. You had a few strange experiences during the process of doing some filming around here as well. Tell us about those.
Yes, so we had a unit down here. We were doing a job for Columbia. And on top of that wall there, which is rather high, as you see, we had the camera crew. And the focus puller was doing his job very well, and suddenly he felt a colossal shove, and it was only with luck that he was saved from falling over there, which he would have probably broken his neck. And he was absolutely terrified, and he swore that he'd been literally shoved.
Lord Montague, what do you make of all of this?
Well, I take the view of Marconi, really. I think that the fact that over many, many years the monks were here, singing their songs all the time, permeating the atmosphere with their services, they're bound to have left a presence. And I like to think that presence is in the ether all the time, whether we will one day find out there is a scientific explanation for ghosts. But I regret that I've never seen ghosts here, I've never heard them, but I very much believe in them. They're very friendly here, and I think they have Gregorian chanting, is the most beautiful type of haunting you can imagine.
The whole idea of monks as apparitions appearing to people is quite a common one in the UK. And when you consider that we could be talking here once again about imprint ghosts, that shouldn't be a surprise. When you also consider that monks would have walked around these cloisters day after day, hour after hour, for hundreds of years, it's not surprising that some sort of imprint of that will have been left. And when Elizabeth was telling us about a conversation with the famous Marconi, and the idea that he thought that sound was imprinted in this way, and that it was there forever, it's not hard to take that one stage further, and perhaps to believe that pictures can also do the same. It's an intriguing story, this one, and I'm sure many other people who visit here may well have a similar experience of hearing that Gregorian chanting, and maybe seeing the occasional monk too.